Oh, see, so they're still in the process of writing.
Oh,
Right,
yeah, no,
okay.
it's very, very, very young.
Oh,
It's like a
okay.
month, they've been working on it for a month.
So you're supposed to just sit back, let them create,
I've been listening,
and then
I'm
you'll
listing
step
the
in
credits
to
as
refine
catalyst.
it for them.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I'm gonna design the lights too.
Oh, great.
Very excited, I haven't designed lights in years.
What's the basic story? What's about to happen?
See, no, I'm not gonna tell you.
Really, it's a surprise?
Well, it's not a surprise, but I'm gonna let them tell you because they have such more of a handle on it.
How much
since
are they going to move
created it.
around in here?
Oh, not too much. It's kind of gonna be a reading.
And is there music too?
Yes, very,
Does it get loud?
no.
Okay. So, and they're talking over the music?
There's one song. They don't, I don't think they've organized that. The music during.
The next time it was like all this planning, and we
I'm
came
gonna
up
take
with
it to
the,
Feta Place or something.
yeah, we
like
have
that.
an organization, we have a
Volkswagen,
group, we have a board of directors, we make decisions, we have meetings, we plan, we have deadlines, you know, it was just like that.
Let it
You
get
know, it
I
happened.
advertise for them for friendly video.
Yes,
I put a flyer up on the
yes.
wall. Give me a discount. And
That would be
you'll
great.
be reluctant to take me over.
Basically, our
because it goes
policy
right
is,
across the street. If
submit it,
customers
it
come
goes
around, they
before
tell them,
the
"I'll
board of
fucking dig it to
directors,
you."
we all
They're fucking me
vote,
over, so.
and
It's all
Did you
small.
tell them?
we have,
That'd be fabulous.
we haven't refused it yet, energy and
It's true,
commitment
because I
and time, but if it's what you really love,
Totally.
then
Yeah.
it's easy, it's a worthwhile sacrifice, you know. And I probably put in, I guess, 60 hours worth of work into this last night.
But it's,
How about a
We
candle
paid
for the ambiance?
so a minute of it, but it doesn't matter.
We gotta light it.
It's what I wanted to do, you know.
Where is it?
I think it's great. I mean, I know that we can do it. And anybody can do it, exactly, as long as they put their lives and their hearts and their.
I'm very excited. I just.
Go ahead, Clive.
What should I say? You tell me what I should say.
Party in here.
The most distressing thing is I don't spot anywhere in this room where this could go. I know, it was lying there peacefully all alone. Hopeless, unloved, unwanted.
That's cool. That's cool.
Big hot
I have to move it.
That's a big purple spot.
Do you want to sit here, Clifford?
I like a little background music.
They'll do okay.
No.
Okay.
They'll do excellent.
Ellie,
Magnificent. Yes.
honey,
But you gotta do like the roll.
Will you ask her to bring me a beer, Clyde?
what do you want?
Something good, if there is, you know. Really? So we're not even going to
Turn it on. Turn it on.
Yeah.
And it's not the kid's mom, it's like she's more respectful. I like her. Great sense of humor.
She's hysterical. What's up? I know she's toasted half the time.
Yeah. She's like 90 something. This spicy little.
Where's the Earth Mother?
Yo, God, you moved the sofa. What'd you find under it? Don't
A goblet.
A goblet, a very
Thank
small
you very
goblet.
much,
It was
Bob.
about that small.
Some
Eric's Barbies.
Eric's Barbie goblet.
What will be saying?
Where did I live?
This cat seat.
I guess.
Adam went somewhere.
You did.
Ellie, would you like my
Thank you. I love generalization such as that. I wrote it over.
Really? Wow, that was interesting. Thank you for sharing.
Anytime.
Live from Pensacola. It's Friday night.
Alright. Before we begin, ritualistic emptying of pockets.
Yeah, empty pockets.
Virtual emptying of the pocket.
The ritualistic emptying of our pockets. There are many things in my pockets. I carry around a lot.
How do you keep it all straight? You know?
I don't. I lose a lot of crap too.
Oh, the weight is right when you put it back in, it's okay, right?
I go through lighters like
out of
90.
this pocket.
Just
Like candy.
Like 90.
50 Singing on it first. I picked that up.
Yeah, so there's a guy around.
Kudos to the hostess.
I didn't know where I picked it up, but I picked it up somewhere. Now I know, thank God.
My phone is like,
Cheers to the hostess and the host.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Although I didn't do anything except show up.
Who did it all? I mean, who did it?
somebody,
Get it.
somebody.
Who do you think did it?
That night,
Who else? Who else?
I saw this house on my map and it looked different.
Now, my daughter watched Graves. You watched Graves. I gotta tell you, what the hell?
He'll get up.
I did.
Is a long, long time ago, Barry mentioned to me that he wanted to write a musical that wasn't really a musical, but was like a show type thing that had music in it. We tossed ideas around for a very tiny bit, like 10 minutes, and then nothing ever came of it. And then, God bless his little heart, this man hired me to Subway. And I started working with him, we started hanging out, and he mentioned at some point, we should write something with music and scenes and shows and some kind of something and yada yada. This is what came of it. And what we've got here is we've got not an entire show written, so I don't want you to go into it
It's
looking at
in
it like
the
that.
beginning stages, very.
But we've got a strong plot line that we're happy with, pretty much. And we've got a couple of scenes that are pretty much ironed out. So we're going to read to you a couple of the scenes we've done, and we're going to give you a basic background of what we've gotten so far, and just sort of show you what we have. And what we want is we want criticism. We want you guys to tell us what you think. We want you to tell us what would make it better. We want you to tell us what is bad and what is not bad. And more than anything, feel free to kiss our ass.
Fair enough.
Okay. Now I guess you described it very, very succinctly outside a moment ago.
This scene?
Well, actually, the whole thing in its entirety. How do we describe this? Okay. There's the entire play revolves around three characters, three principals. Okay, there is the younger brother, whose name is Gabriel. There is the friend, the trusty friend, Gideon, and there
Trusty
is
sarcastic
yes,
friend.
yes, very sarcastic, and the older prodigal, Jeremy. Okay, years and years ago, okay, the father, okay, was rather an overbearing individual. He ran some sort of business. We haven't clarified what yet. Okay, and he wanted his sons to follow in his footsteps. And he was a very, very how would you say it?
Overbearing.
Yeah, they were basically very overbearing. My character could not handle that, wanted his own path. And so he, without a word of warning, left, okay? Breaking up this little circle right here. We went through everything together. We did everything together. We were a little unit, okay? And when I left, the father turned his attention toward Gabriel.
The second born.
Okay, and you can take it from there because you described it again succinctly outside.
Well, I guess basically what he wants me to describe is
How your character feels.
After the Jeremy character left, the father was left with no firstborn son, and so wanting to carry on the line and wanting to have somebody take over his business who was a member of his family, he turned to me. And he started, or my character, and started completely running his life and setting out, what he would do and who he would know.
What kind of girl he would marry.
He set him up with all these girls that he wanted him to get with, and eventually one of them married my character. A divorce took place. I lived my father's life, and he lived his own life again through me.
Okay, and as the play opens, the father has since died. Okay, and it's been a few years, perhaps 6 or 7 years since my character has left. The father's dead. Okay, he's already in the ground when the scene opens. The scene opens at the, I guess you'd call it, gathering afterward. They have those Christian funerals and things, and they all bring food to the person's house. And that's how it begins. My character returns. Okay, and it's basically the play is how our differences, our anger, our feelings toward the past need to be resolved so that we can move on and create a better future for ourselves. His character has got to try to find his own way. He doesn't have a way, he had his father's way. He was basically this replica of his father. Okay, and my character was free, a very free man, you know, did what he wanted, traveled where he wanted, all over the country, okay? The one thing he could not find was someone to share those travels with. So there's that resolution that I need, or my character needs to find, his resolution, and Gideon, well, he's just sort of in the middle of it all. So.
He's stuck there with it. So, without further ado, let's start out with what we got.
Yeah.
Let's read what you wrote. No, let's read what you wrote literally about the very first scene in the show.
Okay.
What's written down there?
Okay, do you want from the treatment or?
Yeah, from the treatment.
Okay.
You reach out at the very beginning and then he'll read his dialogue. And
Okay.
we'll go through. What we
Okay. Act
We
1.
get a copy of that scene before we do
now
this.
I'm reading this, right? Out of here?
Well, whatever you wrote that was so good that worked. Gideon's monologue, that's all I want. Okay, have fun.
Wait, what? What am I doing now? What am I doing?
Start, tell about the very beginning.
Okay.
We have that written down somewhere.
Okay, lights go up on the living room?
Right on.
Okay. Lights go up on the living room. Some scene. There are people of varying ages mingling in a hushed yet verbally active way. Gabriel, a man of approximately 20, maybe a little older, 20 years of age, is moving from person to person, receiving hugs, hand pats, etc. An appearance of condolences should be conveyed. Gabriel is wearing a black suit, and it is apparent that this gathering is funereal. As Gabriel moves through the crowd remains stationary. Only one other person is circulating. He is approximately 20 or 21 as well, and moves through the crowd almost as if he isn't quite a part of it. He's an observer. Okay, and he suddenly breaks away from the congregation and moves directly to down left and begins his monologue.
No place like a father's funeral to satiate a man's curiosity about the inner workings of another human being. But there's more to it.
I don't know if I got it all in there. Did I?
Nope.
No? Okay, got it.
But there's more to it than
There's
that.
more to it than just the pallor of death hanging over this family. People seem to think that the only true escape from the pain of a beloved family pillar's death is into such a supportive, loving, uplifting congregation. All of the long-time no-sees, and the cherished reunifications, and the general fellowships. You know, the death of this man really shows his family how precious life is.
Gideon!
Gabriel, fancy meeting you here.
The son at a father's funeral. What a shock.
So when did you see him last?
I was with him when he died.
So you got to say your goodbyes.
Yes. I held his hand and wished I could have reached his expectations.
You never could quite hit the mark. Or maybe you did. But the mark fell short.
Okay, that's basically what we got here for this scene.
No, actually.
Do you have more written there?
Yes, I do.
What does that say, son?
But enough of this babble. When did you see your brother last?
Same time as you. Years ago, when he left. He could be dead for all I know.
And at this point, when he says he could be dead for all I know, Jeremy here is passing by, coming into the funeral reception or the house, the mother's house, and I make eye contact with him as he says he could be dead for all I know. And then I say, I wonder how he is, and we just pass by each other right there. Gabriel and I turn into pantomime in our conversation. We're walking away from Jeremy. That's when he starts his monologue.
Okay. And I will move to the towards center stage or to stage left. And
Our characters would be doing this, we'd be walking side by side, and we would just basically pass in front of him.
okay. And I say, that man there is my brother. I bet you didn't know that. And to look at us standing together, you never would. Next to him is a dear friend of mine. When we were children, we all played games together on grassy hills and climbed trees until our weight bent their branches. We were the closest of friends, forever friends. When I arrived here today, my brother and friend were deep in conversation. As I walked by them, I locked eyes with Gideon. For a moment, he seemed to know me. Then, with fearful speed, he turned back to my brother, almost as if merely to look at me would hurt him. My mother passed by my brother and laid her hand on his arm. My mother. You know, when my father died, she didn't love him. Not anymore. But she loves my brother, and mothers should comfort their sons. And we haven't finished that yet.
Okay, there is a scene in there though. My mother walked past my brother and laid her hand on his arm. The mother is actually going to do that with my.
Where's the drum?
Where is strike drum?
Yeah, well, the dialogue that we have, we haven't written the beginning of it. We're not quite sure how to begin because they're sort of vituperative towards each other. At least what we've got here. I mean, they're really angry. I'm angry because of the way he feels toward me, and he's angry because I got to leave.
Yeah, let's
Here we
just do
go.
the scene.
Okay. You didn't think for yourself. You let everyone do it for you.
No comment.
Well, in my experience, people who say no comment can't think of one.
Experience? Let me tell you what I've experienced staying behind. Watching everyone around me create their own destiny. And you, the prodigal, left me holding the bag. Do you know what Father was like after you left? I never had my own free hand. He held all the cards.
You were weak, you let it.
No, you were weak. You ran away. Do you realize what strength it took to live in his shadow?
I had my own life to lead.
With no regard for anyone else's feelings. He sobbed for a month when you left, Jeremy, and then he latched onto me.
Well, I never knew he had feelings. All he ever saw in me was a dollar sign and a continuance of his lineage. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't anyone's fault.
Whose fault was it,
It
Jeremy?
wasn't anyone's fault. Laying blame won't heal these wounds. My intention wasn't to hurt anyone. I was smothering, dying under the weight of Dad's plans. He created an entire blueprint of my life. The only way to be free was to leave, and I found my own life. And I think now that Father's dead, you can begin to live too.
Gideon said the same thing. I'm just so used to not living, I've forgotten how.
Do you want to go into the Gideon thing, or?
We can, but this is sort of a skip in dialogue here.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a little more,
There's a gap there.
and then there's something else.
Okay. How is Gideon? We locked gazes at the funeral home, but he didn't even speak to me.
Did you speak to him?
No, I couldn't.
Why not?
I didn't know how to bridge the gap. That's what we got for that.
That's for that scene.
Yeah.
I like the music, man.
Yeah.
Even close to ironed out, really. At some point in time before that scene, my character and his character are going to have a further discussion about this sort of old man in the woods who someone he heard about was hiking along through the woods doing his camping thing and had a bad injury, broken leg or who knows. And he was sort of taken in by this old man. But it wasn't like the misery, you've got to stay here or I'll, thrash you, you have no way to leave. This character he had a horrible injury, and the old man took him in and said, I can heal you if you want me to. And he just decided to do it. And somehow, in dialogue, he's going to explain that to me. And after our confrontation, it's going to sort of clue into me, maybe I should go see this old man and see, what's up. Just for some reason, my character decides to do that. What do you have written down about the third scene?
I have oops.
Roughly, this is a very not written down scene.
Yeah, we really don't have much. It's you basically stumbling upon the old
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I didn't really.
Here's what I have.